week 3.
Yep.
Making it into the Northern Territory and Uluru. But first we had that stop at Woomera.
Yeah, obviously.
We didn't stay over. we left
that's right, yeah.
and called into
after our overnighter. Yeah.
So we called into Woomera just after the overnight stop at Spuds Roadhouse to have a quick look. That's where there's a whole lot of missiles, the Australian.
This is where the nuclear testing and that for
England. And that was
and America too. I think America did nuclear testing there too.
Yeah, I found that really interesting because it was all free. You could just walk around the old missiles.
In fact, it was like a ghost town.
It was like a ghost town. Yeah. And then the museum.
Yeah.
Which again was free, which I was astounded by because it was a really interesting museum.
Yeah.
I thought really good.
Yeah.
What were your highlights of Coober Pedy?
I think you drive into the place and it takes you a little while to digest it because it's totally different. It's like nothing you've ever seen. And then you get there and you get into some of the underground mines, underground houses, underground museums and that sort of thing, and it's really interesting. It's a really unique place. Coober Pedy was fantastic. It was dry and dusty, but not super hot, which was good. I mean, it was not this time of year, which was exceedingly hot, so that was great. But even the caravan park had the underground TV room, so that was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the tour that you did at the campground was really interesting as well.
Mine
so
tour.
You could go into the mine in the tour. That was really cool. And then you know what I really liked about Coober Pedy, which is maybe a little unusual, but the people there, every time you went into a shop, we would be in there for an hour chatting to people.
They were really friendly and engaging.
They were really friendly, and they tell you all these stories about the place, and they would all tell you what to see and where to go. And in fact, even on our way in, we're listening on the CB, and the CEO of the council is telling his mate all the things to see and do in Coober Pedy.
Yep.
So we jumped on and said, thanks very much, that's a really great overview, to which he responded by giving us more things
to
Coober Pedy to see and do,
Yep.
which was fantastic. We took notes and ticked them all off.
So another plus to having your CB on Channel 40 as you drive is just, you don't know,
picking up those tips.
People talking about things and calling out bits of advice on that, and you pick it up and you engage with them and chat
away. And the Breakaways at
Breakaways was spectacular.
Was spectacular.
We got there a bit late. We really should have got there mid-afternoon, I think, to have a bit of a walk around and look at it. But so give that a bit of time when you go. The Breakaways and have a look at the dog fence and that, which is a long fence set up to try and keep dingoes out from cattle grazing areas. But we didn't get there early enough. We got there bang on sunset.
Yeah.
So the drive in at the back, you can do a loop, right? So you take the back way in and then come back around to the main steel highway. Was the way we did it, and that's the way the guy on the CB recommended, and that was really good.
Yeah, and I think the information they said to go that way as well. Yeah. But
you've got to get a permit to do it because it's on Aboriginal land, so you have to get a permit from the information centre there at Coober Pedy. But they're easy to get.
That was beautiful. And Uluru. Tom's working
in Coober Pedy was really good, and he's a character. They're all characters. You go into these mine tours and they're meant to go for like an hour. They're not going to go for an hour. They're going to go for 2.5 hours because they've got lots of stories and they're interesting and they're great to hear.
Yeah, and I probably do ask a few questions.
Yeah.
Well.
So you sort of stretch things out a bit too. Yeah. But that was really good. Tom's working mine. What else was there? There was the museum in Coober Pedy.
Serbian church.
Serbian church.
Orthodox
Serbian Orthodox church built in underground on that, as is most things in Coober Pedy.
Yeah.
But that was really interesting to have a bit of a look at.
Stopped by Waffles and Gems to meet the what were they? Scottish German couple. Running the waffles and
running the waffles and gemstones and
absolute
cafe
characters.
there. That was and great pancakes and waffles.
Yeah, great. Have the berry waffles.
Yeah,
fantastic. And the Big Winch, the movie was good, but expensive for what it was, in all honesty. But
really
go up to that
too
cafe,
expensive.
because the cafe up there was...
You have a beer up on the Big Winch cafe,
Or a cup of tea.
and just look out over the view. It's a nice spot. Done that up really well.
Northern Territory, South Australia. Northern Territory, South Australia. Right in the middle. I found crossing the border really exciting.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit of a highlight.
Yeah. And that was again just a little overnight stop on the border before we made it up to Uluru.
Yeah, so a free
And,
camping.
free camp there.
Again, that was good.
Here we are at the border from South Australia, Northern Territory.
We made it!
We made it.
This far.
Never been to
Woohoo!
Northern Territory before. I'm officially somewhere I've never been.
We're very excited.
That's cool.
Tomorrow, Uluru.
Uluru.
We're very excited,
Yep.
aren't we?
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Very cool.
Oh, all right.
Uluru?
Uluru. Just driving in and first off we see Uluru, which is, I can't remember what mountain
Mount
it is.
Connor.
Mount Connor, yeah, and that's a flat top mountain, and it's amazing in itself just to see. But you're kind of driving past it to get to Uluru. You go, oh, that looks pretty cool. But that'd be great to stop in.
We tried to fool Aid's mum and dad in the car behind us by telling them, look, it's Uluru. But
They knew,
they knew. They didn't know we were tricking them. They thought we were fooling.
Yeah.
We were trying to fool them.
Yeah.
So it didn't really work. Backfired.
Backfired. Anyway. But Uluru, the drive-in, it's amazing to see. When you first catch sight of it, rising up out of the desert, it's just phenomenal. And
Yeah.
and that we started off Uluru with the Mala Walk.
Yeah.
So
the free ranger guided walk.
Yeah.
That was good. That was really
brilliant.
interesting. And the ranger was
Ben.
really engaging.
Ben was really engaging.
Yeah.
He was
good.
fantastic. So that was brilliant to do that ranger walk.
Had your little didgeridoo workshop.
Had a didgeridoo.
Aid learnt how to play the didgeridoo.
Wow.
I don't know that he'll be giving up any of his other
No.
careers
Not yet.
anytime
no.
soon. Got a bit
It's
more
a work in
to do.
progress. The didgeridoo. Yeah.
It was good though.
I couldn't even make a sound. Let alone- so it was a bit upsetting. But,
You were good when you were blowing the bubbles underwater.
yeah. No.
That was successful. Walk all the way around it, 11k walk around the base. What I was surprised about with Uluru is their shape around I'm going to call them nooks and crannies. I know that's not the word. But all the nooks and crannies that you can kind of see, the crevices. We'll go with that. The crevices in the rock that you can see, and sometimes you're at a distance, but sometimes you can kind of walk right up to them and go into them in the caves, and just the kind of honeycomb formations in some areas, and then this almost silky smooth look in other areas. It's
some of it's just
really
flat, sheeted off, and some of it's really into it's all different surface, different colours, depending on where the sunlight's coming from, and that it's quite amazing.
There's a little love heart in the rock. We love you too. Every view is just amazing. What do you think, Jock?
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. You can't grasp how big it is. It's amazing. Absolutely awesome.
And then it's just a great way to go to Kata Tjuta.
Yeah, you go Kata Tjuta. Everyone's got their idea on what they prefer. I mean, it's not that it's competition, but some people really prefer the Kata Tjuta than Uluru. I found them both amazing.
Yeah.
Kata Tjuta was equally impressive. And the walks there were great. We didn't do the big walk. We did had mum and dad with us, so we didn't really. And it's about 50k drive out from Ulara, where you camp. So it's a long drive out to Kata Tjuta. So you've got to obviously Koober Pedy too. But yeah, all the walks were beautiful.
We did the Karu Lookout walk, which
Yeah.
was beautiful to see. Although we're here at a time of wildflowers,
Yeah.
and the flowers are just spectacular.
Rain, and what I had rains was sort of 12 to 7 weeks ago, and so the flowers are just all the greenery around is quite remarkable.
Yeah,
It's-
it's really beautiful. And then the Walpa Gorge, where you walk right in between.
yeah,
So Kata Tjuta is many heads, and so you walk in between a couple of the heads.
yeah, yeah,
Standing between the ears.
yeah,
You imagine.
yeah.
And that's very windy, but spectacular, absolutely stunning. isn't
It was
it?
windy when we were there, but you don't
Yeah.
know whether it's always windy, but it was when we were there. So.
Yeah.
We've actually found fairly windy right
windy
through the
wherever
whole
we go.
centre of Australia at the moment. It's really windy,
Doing my head in. Yeah.
but you're
And
loving it.
I am loving it,
That's
but
right.
it's very windy.
Yeah.
Especially at night for some reason when we're in the tent. Yeah, so I'd say week 3 lived up and exceeded expectations.
Yeah, definitely. It was
Um,
amazing. Yeah, beautiful, really lovely. That whole sort of Uluru, Kata Tjuta area,
Yeah.
and Coober Pedy before that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. So yeah,
All different.
thumbs up to week 3.
Yeah, lots of characters along the way.
Yep,
Let's see what week 4 has in store.
10-4. Over now.
See ya.